People want something to go away. People want that short-term fix, which is get me out of the court system, get this out of my mind. And I get that, I do understand that. But then you're living with the long-term consequences of that, which is a disqualification, which can be 3 years, it could be 2 years, but it can be 3 years. And that's a long time to have to get used to it. A lot of people just say, I need my car, I cannot be without my car, I have to do whatever it takes to keep my car. And I understand that too. That's generally that's the position I come from, that your license is invaluable and you should fight for it.
So you would generally recommend to clients to plead not guilty?
I would never tell them what to do. I always lay out the options to them. I would never tell a person that you've got a good case if I honestly believe you don't. I will tell you if I think you've got a tough case, or if the case is poor or strong from the state's point of view. I would always tell a client that. I would never mislead them in that. But I would also tell them that if they wish to plead not guilty and to fight it with everything that they can, then we'll do that too. But it's always their decision, and I give them all the information that they need to make an informed decision.
So what is the benefit then of pleading guilty?
The only benefit that I can see is that it's over quickly for you. If you plead guilty, the case can be dealt with usually within maybe a month or 6 weeks, between the first day and the second day. People do plead guilty on the first day, which I've never quite understood, but they do anyway. It's finished quickly. A trial date could be months away. And sometimes people, and I was talking to a lady about this during the week, they just cannot bear this hanging over them for months. And they just simply can't do it. And they're not willing to do it. And they insist on pleading guilty, just to get rid of the mental anguish that they're going through. That's the major benefit that I can see. But it still means you're off the road.
Tell me a little bit about what that first meeting with the client is like.
And again, it's about going through the steps, step by step by step. When a case collapses, it's not because the reading was high, although that's one element of it. It's because there was a procedural element somewhere along the line that wasn't done properly. Or there was an element of the law in relation to drink driving that wasn't followed properly. Or there was something that they should have done that they didn't do, or something that they did do that they shouldn't have done. And if one of those things happens, it could trigger a case being dismissed. It's quite technical. So there's a lot in each case.
I still don't really know what a unit of alcohol is. So would you say that the best thing to do is just don't drink and drive?
I think it's a good rule of thumb. Don't drink and drive, yeah. Of course, but people, generally when people ring me, it's not a thought out process. They didn't decide one day, I'm going to go to the pub, I'm going to have X number of beers, and then, you know what, I'll wait a while and then I'll drive home. That never happens. What almost always happens is people get involved in a row with their boyfriend, their husband or their wife, and they have to get away from them. And usually their only way of doing that in that moment, because it's an emotional reaction, is to get in the car and drive. And then they're driving, and then they're realizing, I've been drinking, and now there could be a problem.